Day number 23. Philippians 2, verse 7. And being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient to death, even death on a cross. It's the strangest play in college football history, the finish to the 1982 Stanford-Cal game when Stanford band rushed onto the field and California scored. Maybe not. Consider the 1904 Georgia Tech-Georgia game. The two teams played at the baseball field in Piedmont Park on November 12th. Tech was 5-1-1 and the favorite. Late in the first half, Georgia lined up to punt from its own end zone. The punter stood between the goalposts, which were on the goal line then, and a high fence. To his dismay, his punt struck the goalpost, bounced over the fence. The players stood around, open-mouthed, wondering what to do next until the referee decided that since there was no end zones, the ball was still in play. Legendary sports writer Grantland Rice recorded the strange scene that followed. Suddenly, both 11s made a dash at the slippery fence, 16 feet high. No sooner would a begrimed athlete scramble to the top than he would be yanked back by some rival. Finally, Tech's Red Wilson used a stump to propel himself over the fence with a Georgia player and the referee right behind. The ball was nowhere in sight, and only after the search of several minutes did Wilson find the ball buried in some deep grass. He fell on it. The ref signaled touchdown. Nobody else had seen Wilson's feet, and according to Rice, only when he finally reappeared over the wall with the missing spear under his arms did a storm of cheers roll across the battlefield. Some things in life are so strange their existence can't really be explained. How else can we account for the sport of curling tofu that people go to bars hoping to meet the right person, the proliferation of tattoos, and the behavior of teenagers? Isn't it strange that someone would hear the life-changing message of salvation in Jesus Christ and then walk away from it? And how strange is it that a plan of salvation that God has for us? Just consider what God did. He could have come roaring down, annihilating everyone whose sinfulness offended him, which, of course, is pretty much all of us. Then he could have brushed off his hands, nodded the divine head, and left a scorched planet in his wake, all in a day's work. Instead, God came up with a totally novel plan. He would save the world by becoming a human being, letting himself be humiliated, tortured, and killed, thus establishing a kingdom of justice and righteousness that will last forever. It's a strange way to save the world, but it's true. It may sound strange, but many champions are made champions by setbacks. Olympian champion Bob Richards. It's strange but true. God allowed himself to be killed on a cross because of his great love for you.